As I sat in the theater watching Jack Reacher, I found myself more focused on making up jokes associating with the name of the film, like Jack's reach goes beyond that of the law, or justice is never out of reach, or my favorite one, where the law's reach ends, his extends. Not that I thought the film was incredibly boring or anything, I just felt like I was on a roll in my head. This is Jeremy from Listening to the Movies once again with a new film review. Since I got a review for The Hobbit out so quick, I thought it would be cool to try and make this an ongoing thing. Jack Reacher follows the title character played by Tom Cruise as he investigates a shooting involving a military sniper and several seemingly random victims. We find out that Reacher stays to himself pretty much and has no means of being communicated with or found for that matter. He only appears when he wants to. He arrives at the scene of the shooting because he has history with the main suspect. He works with an up-and-coming lawyer played by Rosamund Pike. Slowly, Reacher begins to break the shut and closed case and uncovers a conspiracy that all mystery films always have. To say that Jack Reacher offers anything different is, well, a lie. It kind of feels like Along Came a Spider or a Sherlock Holmes story, only except there's less mystery and the main character can shoot kung fu and hit on whatever he gets in his way. That is one thing I actually don't understand. Reacher is apparently being checked out by all the ladies throughout the entire film, but it's Tom Cruise. He's 50 and he's short. I mean, he's still in good shape and all and does most of his own stunts, but if they wanted to give him more of a sexual identity to the character, Tom shouldn't have been cast. But then again, he did produce it, so that might explain why he's in it. But speaking of which, his character is good at, well, everything. Memory, hand-to-hand combat, sniper firing, investigation, hitting on women. Mind you, his car driving skills are not the best, but I will touch on that later. He just seems to be the perfect dude, and that is what kind of takes away the film from me right off the bat. One of the most interesting parts of creating a character are their flaws, and he doesn't really seem to have any besides being a loner. We are given the idea that Jack Reacher is a man who believes in right and wrong, but we never really see the lengths of which he is willing to go to until the last 5 minutes of the film. Those closing minutes revealed the character I was looking for the entire film, and I was really let down that I didn't see him up until then. And despite its length, the holes are very visible. There are some links never tied together, betrayals that are never truly answered, and why on earth is Werner Herzog in this film? I mean, his character is cool with all the missing fingers and stuff, but I mean, how did he get into the position of being a big bad dude? He can barely operate a cell phone, let alone a criminal organization. There are a few things I did like about this film. While Reacher was good, he didn't end the fight scenes without breaking a sweat like Jason Statham in The Transporter. He looks and feels exhausted every time, just like you would feel like in a real fight. They don't endlessly throw punches at each other or do funky kicks. It's all pressure points and pain. The car chase was kind of cool too, despite how unnecessary it was. It isn't perfect. Reacher actually messes up a few times here and there, and I had actually admired the editor for keeping that in. You could definitely see homages to great car chase films like Bullet or French Connection in this scene. As odd as it is to say, it really plays out like, well, a novel. A James Patterson novel, really. I know it's Lee Child, but it's just kind of a really predictable film, and I find that James Patterson novels are really predictable and stupid. The soundtrack for the film is, to say at least, decent. I really like the aesthetics audio at the very beginning of the film for the shooting and how the echoes made this second collapsing noise. I thought that was really cool. The music just worked really to progress the film. Every time Reacher had a moment of revelation or just a thought, the music kind of worked to progress that thought. And while that's more so kind of just music that helps push along the plot, it did keep an interesting tone. I did like how there was no music at some points. For instance, there was none during the car scene, and like I said, I think that really pays homage to those old car chase films. So in the end, it isn't bad, it's just not different. I think it would be a great book to read, though, for sure. I'm giving this 2.5 out of 5 stars. A Tuesday film for sure if you wanted to watch something for cheap. If you guys want to check out my radio show and the other movie news I find, click here to subscribe, and check out the Facebook page in the description for more info while you're at it. Thanks for watching.